Okay, hi, how are you? So, hope you are doing well for the CEED exam and your preparation is going fine. And I'm here to give you a video guide on how to organize time as well as how to plan for the CEED exam during the exam. So, this is a guide on what to do during exam, what to take, and how to deal with questions. So, first thing first. So, my first suggestion for you is to stay cool. You need to be relaxed because nobody is going to check you, nobody is going to come and verify your paper during exam. So you need to be confident, you need to be relaxed, and you need to stay calm. So this will give you more positive positive environment, and this will help you quickly come up with questions answers. So stay cool and don't get tensed on all the times. And before going to the part A discussion, let me briefly describe about the part B section because it's some kind of importance. And so coming to the part B, you just start with the 50 marks question. Don't go for the mandatory question. Start with the 50 marks question because 50 marks question will take time, and if you attempt the remaining mandatory questions, maybe you might not be getting time for the 50 marks. So better start with the 50 marks question. And first thing you have to do is for the 50 marks question you will be given 2 or 3 options. So you need to go through all the options, you need to check all the questions and check which question is best for you. You have to read the question, understand the question, and check which question is most suited to you, because some people may like product design, some people may like visual communication or logo designing. So it's up to you, you have to check all the questions and you need to take one particular question that is easiest, that is more convenient to you. And after selecting the question, you again have to read the question, because understanding the question is the main one of the main important thing for you to get more marks, because reading the question itself gives you an idea and an overall picture of what has to be done, what has to be covered in your design. And yesterday also I received a mail for the review section. The students are still making the mistake of not understanding the question and doing something else of what is not asked. So it's better if you go and understand the question properly and then do attempt later, right? And before attempting, you have to think, you have to plan for that, and what to include, what factors to derive, and what is to be shown. So after having a clear broad picture, then only jump for attempting without moving straight to the question. Okay, and you have to take care of the evaluation criteria also, because every question will have some unique evaluation criteria. Some question will ask for line quality, or some will ask for design idea. So you just to go through what they are, how they are evaluating, on what basis. So based on these things, based on these factors, you prepare your design accordingly, you plan your sketches accordingly. Okay, and most importantly, you have to prepare the as far as possible, you have to prepare the rough and plain sketching. So it will give a clear idea. And of course, if say your sketch went wrong, your design went wrong, then it will be easy for you to rearrange, to erase and do new sketch. So let's go for rough sketches and plain sketches in the very initial part to get the idea. And most importantly, give last preference to shading. I have been telling right from the beginning, the moment I started my blog, because shading, in the spending time at the right moment, at the moment you started sketching, is not a good idea actually. So you have to make the overall structure of the design, say overall structure of the human. Then if you feel like that overall shape and proportions are all fine, and if you feel like there is no changes to be made, then okay, you can go for shading, provided you have time. So what you have to notice, you have to keep the shading section in the last part of the section. And for 50 marks question, you can spare say 45 or 50 minutes of the 2 hour section that you will be getting. So plan accordingly, 45 to 50 minutes. And For the first 5 or 10 minutes you can spare that time just to create a plan, and just to derive what to be done. So 5 minutes for planning, and the rest 40 minutes, say 30 minutes for the overall sketch, and all the derivations, and the last 5 or 10 minutes for shading works if required. Else shading is not required. After you complete all this part B, I mean 50 marks question, then just move to the mandatory section. Mandatory in the sense 15 marks, and again 15 and 20. Maybe the question marks size may vary, but it's almost predictable. Okay. So in that also you have to give large preference to you mean sketching work, because it's really not a good deal to start with sketching. Last year I did the mistake. I attempted just to verify this. So I started sketching in the very beginning without attempting 50 marks question, and it took me 1 hour 50 minutes. It's really disgusting. I mean, after that I was provided only with 45 minutes for the rest of the things, like 50 marks question, and then again 15 marks creative question, 20 marks question. So I was really disappointed, because for the single sketch I spent so much time, and it didn't give me much score also. So it's not a I don't think it's a good idea to start with sketch question. So give it a last preference, a last chance, and you go for 50 marks design part, and then to creative, then finally sketching part, right? Okay, yeah. And you have to note the marks, which question carries how many marks, I mean what marks. So accordingly you have to assign time. So say 15 minutes, 20 minutes, or something like that. So noting marks and then assigning time is a very good thing. And don't use many instruments. It's not a practical. You may carry as many as you can. You may also carry colors, whatever it is, but it's not a good idea to use not something like 7 or 8 or pencils, different grades or something. Just stick with the excuse me. Okay, just stick with 4 or 5 instruments, like 2H, 2B, or 4B, and HB. So these pencil sizes are quite enough to cover all those sketches and everything, right? So that's end our part B discussion. Now let's move to the part A discussion. Part A, this year they have slightly changed the pattern. Some questions will have negative marking, and the rest will have very few won't have negative marking. So and the thing is, you don't have to answer all the questions. Like if say they give 50 questions, then you don't have to answer all the 50 questions, because nobody will be master in everything. Maybe somebody will be good at something, maybe they will not be good at it. So don't expect to answer all the questions. It's also not a good idea, because it does have negative marking, and if you answer all the questions, maybe the probability of getting less marks will be more. So just make a plan, just try to answer but not less than 40 more questions. Try to answer 40 to 45 questions, something like that, so that you will be on safer side without going for negative questions. And yeah, for the questions which don't have any negative marking, you can answer all of them freely with your own assumption or something. And for those which are having negative marking, you be careful, you think twice, say twice, and attempt only those which you are confident, like you think like, okay, this I know, at least 60% I know this, so maybe this might be the answer. So like for that kind of question you answer, and for those which you are not confident, you better skip for later revision. Okay. And if ever you come across any time consuming question, like say it's taking some time, calculation, something like aptitude questions, then better to skip that question in the beginning. Better you just keep that question aside, so that you can verify that later. And you will be given 1 hour time. I mean 60 minutes, you will be getting 60 minutes time. So for the first 45 to 50 minutes, you try to cover all the questions. You try to go through all the questions and attempt as many as possible. So in the last 10 minutes, you again revise the questions and go through the questions that you have not attempted. You or that questions which you have little bit doubt. So these questions you can cover up in the last 10 minutes, and the questions which you have not attempted for the time taking questions you can attempt in the 10 minutes. So plan like for 50 minutes, the first 50 minutes you will be going through all the questions. Then in the next 10 minutes you will be covering all the you will be revising all the questions. So it's like for every 1 minute one question. Okay. And some questions may not take 1 minute. So like if say they ask who is the author of this book, then you can momentarily strike your thought and you can write the answer. So maybe an approximately 1 minute for one question, and the rest for those which are time taking, maybe 2 minutes you can extend that. So overall, this is the broad idea that I wanted to share with you as a final tip. And maybe by taking care of things in this manner, in this strategic manner, like first attempt part B, then go for mandatory questions. In the case of part B section, and in part A section, take the most convenient questions for you, and spare time for the first 15 minutes for the overall scanning of the question, and then the last minute to revise the question and to re-answer your question. So these tips I hope will be helping you, and I hope will provide you good marks, and make sure that part B 50 marks question you will be taking as the first option coming to the second hour, right? So hope my blog helped you, and you got many inputs from my blog, and I think my videos are also helped you a lot. And this video is going to be last but one video, and I will be coming up with the next video on portfolio preparation in the next month, maybe in the next month, and because it's not required right now. So hope to see you later, and wish you all the best. Thank you.